Okay, so I need to make this post very, very clear. Not sure what just happened to that part of the screen, but I'm loving these filters right now because this has happened like 3 times since he got away with his lies, right? And I've had a realization over the last 48 hours. I have kept everybody's secrets. People who chose their lies over me having a home or me being able to eat, okay? And let's just say this right now. If it wasn't for random people on the internet or my children, those 2 things only. So like all 4 of my children and random people on the internet that have kept me from starving or being one of the people on the street. 100% truth right there. So I've had a realization, and this is the 2nd or 3rd time it's happened where I'm up all night because I had nightmares the night before. And I told you guys about the one lucid dream I had where, like, our souls separated forever. And I think it was like right around the time that I actually verbalized what was going on. Because it's not easy to tell people what's going on, right? The truth of it, the whole truth of it. That's not something that rolls off the tongue. And when you come from my personal background with this, as soon as it came out that he had done something so disgusting, certain people's assholes clenched up so tight, and they don't want to talk about it, and they won't talk about it with me, and they won't help, they won't do anything, because just like my ex, just like the president, I understand now that narcissist is not a buzzword. For some people, it really means something. And my ex, and some people in my past, they think that if they don't apologize for something, or they don't acknowledge it, they don't breathe it out into the world, that they're the only ones that knows for sure it happened. Okay? And I know that's what my ex is doing. I know. I know him. And that's how he handles embarrassment. I don't think he has a soul to be like humiliated, but he has. Okay, so I have that public name and shame on Facebook. If he wanted that down, he'd ask to have it taken down, or he'd sue me. But then he'd have to prove I'm lying. Okay? So overnight, not last night, the night prior, I have narcolepsy, so I have a lot of very bad dreams, nightmares, hypnagogic things, lucid dreams, okay? And I don't want them. I don't ask for them. I don't study them. I do everything. Like, I am a person that doesn't want them. I don't enjoy them. I don't like them at all. They make my life hell. They always have. But I saw something, and I need to say this loud and proud. Even though my husband of 16 and a half years did the things he did to me and my children, and probably even farther down the rung than that. I have never been suicidal over this, okay? I haven't. I at first joked that, I was running on anger and running on piss and vinegar. After the nightmares the other night, I realized now that the first go round, I didn't ask for everything I could have. I just wanted a divorce, take my half of the first 3 things I could think of, and go on my way. That's all I wanted. Now that it's been made public that I'm asking for everything I'm entitled to, okay? Everything I'm entitled to. Think about that. That pretty much adds another third, okay? And after the dream I had, and it made me stay up and think and look through stuff, I realized that I need to remember when people do me wrong. Because, I do have multiple sclerosis, lupus, narcolepsy, EDS, fucking 100 other things, Ehlers-Danlos. So my memory, that's one thing my ex did. He liked to play on my forgetfulness, He used it as a weapon. He weaponized it. And I knew he was, but I didn't know to what end. Sometimes, I just thought, why is he lying about something like that? And I was just oblivious because I thought I was in a loving relationship for all these years. And that he is just a little bit of a weird guy, That was just him. Just a little weird. But after that nightmare, I cannot stop thinking about what the detective told me. Oh, he wants you dead. You know that, right? And I was like, well, I don't know why he bought an AR-15 without telling me. That was like $1,000-something. And then, and I found the scope box. I don't know why he'd have to have that. And then why he'd talk to somebody he's paying for sex about it. Or his kid. I just, and all the lies that went along with him bringing his kid to our home again. Oh my God. So I need to remember this, okay? He wants me dead. I'm going to listen to the detective. And I'm doing my best to stay hidden, okay? Because maybe he's already understood where this is going. Maybe he understands that appeals are real things that happen, and they can change outcomes. And that just because your female attorneys, who my female attorney also wanted to get to know better, and also the judge who went to high school with you, maybe, and that's that illegal meeting that took place, and that's why I'm legally entitled to an appeal. So maybe things won't go the same way this time. Maybe, just like in the transcript, where at the first date, the judge says, I don't see how this could be anything other than a marriage. Maybe that's what's going to happen this time. Because there's not going to be any ex parte meetings for you, ma'am. Paul. There's not. I am not suicidal. I have had problems in the past, a decade ago, and then before that, maybe every decade, once a decade. Not now. No, I have been happily looking forward to this divorce and getting it the fuck over with and getting him behind me, out of my life, never to look back. And I've told everybody, and now I'm telling the world.